morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Safira Yusriandi. I am the LSPR Communication and Business Institute Indonesia student in the Department of International Relations under the supervision of Mr. Charles Bonar Sirait as my mentor and lecturer. I'm here today to talk to you about a renewable energy is an environmentally and friendly energy source and provides benefits for a sustainable life in Indonesia. The topic I chose is one of the goals of Sustainable Development Goals number 7, affordable and clean energy, which aims to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all and substantially increase the share of renewable energy in the global energy mix and doubling the increased energy efficiency. It's true that renewable energy sources are the best solution to combat climate change and are useful for sustainable living. And alright, so the issue of climate change is increasingly growing, resulting in agreements, bilateral, regional, and multilateral cooperation. Parties to the convention have met at the Conference of the Parties to assess the conversation on climate change. An agreement was born, namely Paris Agreement of the 21st Conference of Parties, which is a convention that was first built to bring all countries to a common goals of realizing climate change and agreeing on effort to reduce the Earth temperature to no more than 2 degrees Celsius and strive to be 1.5 degrees Celsius, which will be effective in 2020 until 2030. At the dialogue forum held at 2018 Indonesia Energy Transition event, the British ambassador to Indonesia, ASEAN, and its LSPR started that Indonesia has an important role in controlling climate change in the Paris Agreement. To measure more effort, what Indonesia will do to achieve the reduction of the greenhouse gas emission target, one of which is from the energy sector. Why the energy sector? Indonesia is a rich country. As a country located on the equator, has abundant energy sources, but fossil and non-fossil energy sources. Indonesia is rich in fossil fuels such as petroleum, coal, and natural gas. We as living things need this energy to be used as daily life, but from household needs, consumption needs, and transportation. The energy we use are included in the unrenewable energy. Friends, we already know that the use of fossil fuels has a very bad impact on environmental damage and makes the earth even warmer. The meaning of non-renewable energy is that energy is used so that energy will run out and it will take millions of years to be replaced with new ones. In the end, we will experience limited resources because the demand for energy is expected to increase threefold by 2030. Today's discussion is quite dense. The goal of Sustainable Development Goals number 7 is one of 3 SDG dimensions. Is it environmental protection? Yes, this dimension is one dimension that can be said to be unsustainable because it tends to create a future that cannot fulfill it, as oil and coal are so unsustainable. Why? Petroleum is only to meet the needs of the future now. It is likely that the future will run out and the supply will be running low. Then, the high level of dependence on energy that is fire can be relatively limited to the energy crisis in this country. Therefore, the issue of energy will continue to be a major concern to the government in the future, especially with the problem of the environmental impacts of the energy. combustion system for various national social and economic activities. With this, it is time for us to reduce energy made from fossil fuels. After we discuss a lot about energy sources in Indonesia, so what is renewable energy? Stored energy is a source of energy that can meet energy needs and contribute to the nation's energy mix and help mitigate the impacts of global climate change. Countries around the world are competing and to take advantage of alternative energy sources to anticipate the energy crisis. Now, we see what is renewable energy. The most important source is solar energy. Then there is wind energy, air energy, ocean current energy, geothermal energy, and bioenergy. This renewable energy source has many benefits, including being the first to regulate the global effect. As we know, this may be both the benefit and the main goal of not creating greenhouse gases. Second, reliable energy source because it is not limited and in a relatively long time. A more environmentally friendly energy source by reducing pollution, thereby improving public health, then increasing resources as well as money and creating jobs. So, many benefits of renewable energy are good for humans as well as for the earth. Judging from the various benefits, what is the potential capacity? What is the potential for renewable energy development in Indonesia today from various renewable energy sources? The potential actually can reach 442 gigawatts, but the installed capacity in Indonesia is only around 2.5%. The number that meets the target. The relations of Indonesia 2020 EBT mix recently only reached 11.5%, whereas the target for 2025 is 23%, and for 2050 it is 31%. It is said that Indonesia is still unable to abandon fossil-based energy. For this reason, Indonesia must be ready to move energy quickly in order to achieve the final result and be accustomed to using environmentally friendly energy to push for a strategy to reduce greenhouse gas emission in Indonesia. Apart from that, Indonesia is also trying to encourage renewable energy to enter Indonesia national level. This is of course a challenge for Indonesia in pursuing targets in the coming year. From various statements, it turns out that there are a number of obstacles in the development of renewable energy in Indonesia. One of the obstacles to the development of renewable energy is the cost of electricity from renewable energy generation. It was true. The potential was enormous, but this was the obstacle. Therefore, the initial stage of the development of renewable energy really needs support from the government in the form of providing incentives. The price of electricity from fossil energy is certainly much cheaper than the price of electricity for non-fossil big energy, because fossil energy doesn't need to including environmentally cost. Policies also need to be considered in development of renewable energy in Indonesia. The cost of developing renewable energy is said to be expensive, and one of the things that hinders developing countries like Indonesia is one of them not being able to quickly build it, but it takes quite a long time to install it on target. Risk regarding that problem. We can all feel the many benefits of renewable energy because it is one of the environmentally friendly alternative energies. Developing along with technology, renewable energy is much affordable and cleaner for the earth. If we can make good use for renewable energy, it is not impossible. Then in the future, we will no longer depend on fossil-based energy. I hope this development will be created soon. In your opinion, do you agree that the use of renewable energy is very useful for life? Of course, in Indonesia. If you have opinions and information of this issue, please write in the comments column. That is the video presentation that I have delivered. Hopefully, it will be useful for all of us, and I hope you have a happy day in sustainable world. Stay safe and thank you.